Okay, Nalu, today we're going to be learning about multiplication. When you multiply, it just means that you're adding things quickly. Okay, so first we're going to do a review with our 100s chart. So we're going to be going over counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s. So when we count by 2s, we're going to be skipping every other. So can you count with me? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Good job. Okay, now we're going to be doing our 5s. So we're going to notice a pattern when we do our 5s. Okay, starting at 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do by 10s. When we count by 10s, we're just going to be going down the right side of the chart. Okay, starting at 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to be doing some practicing, doing some adding. So the first sheet we're going to do is right here. So if we have 7 3s with our blocks, okay, and we're going to be adding 7 3s. So you're going to add 3,
6,
okay.
9, 12, 15, 18, 21.
Perfect. Okay, so you can see here that 7 3s equals 21. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit there for a minute. Now we're going to try and do 5 4s. So we'll spread them out.
It's like counting like 5s, but just one less.
Exactly. Okay, so ready? Here's 4s. 4,
8, 12, 16,
yeah,
20.
very good. Okay, so 5 4s makes 20. So we're just adding quickly. Okay, this is the same as saying 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 1, 2, 3. So 7 times 3 equals
21.
21.
This
Okay.
one's 5 times 4 equals 20.
Very good. Okay, and so we can do this by groups. The reason I'm using these groups is it already puts it into a group for
So
you.
it's like,
Okay, so how many groups do we have here?
5.
5.
Because it says it like that.
Yeah, so we have 5 groups, and how many is in each group?
4.
4. Okay, so this is called multiplication by grouping. So I wanted to show you this sheet, and so this is ways to show multiplication. We're using equal groups. Okay, so we were practicing earlier with skip counting, 2, 4, 6, 8, like that. Now we're doing equal groups. So it's the same thing as repeated addition. Okay, so if you look up here with groups, here's one group that has 4, 2 groups, 3 groups. So 3 groups of 4 is the same as 3 times 4 is 12.
And now I get that because it's
the same thing. So 4, 8, 12. It's repeated addition. Okay, so I want you to try to do this one. Okay, so this one says 3 groups of 9. So how could you show that to me?
So 3 groups.
Okay.
Since 9 plus 9 is 18, then it has to be 27.
Very good. Okay, so 9 plus 9 plus 9 is 27. All right, so we had 3 groups with 9 in each group equals 27. Okay, so now what we're going to try is, you actually already said this. You said that 5 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4 5s, 5 5s is the same as skip counting by 5, going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay? Do you have any questions right now?
No.
No? Okay, so we're going to go into
But
the
when
next
do
part.
I have to, like, do you quiz me on, like, multiplication?
At the end, we're going to do a short quiz.
Okay.
You can do it, don't worry. All right, so now you're going to get out your scratch paper. Let me move this stuff out of your way. Okay. So you can use any of these manipulatives to help you out. Let's get them separated into groups so it's easy for you to find them. Okay. All right. So we're going to work on this problem. Okay, a lot of times multiplication is used when we're doing a word problem and we want to add quickly and we don't want to add a whole page full of stuff. So it says Malia, Isaiah, and Ariana each donate 5 books to the school book drive. How many books do they donate in all? Okay, so using the manipulatives or you can draw a picture. How could you solve this problem using grouping? Okay, so why did you choose to use the 5 blocks?
Because it said they did 5 books.
Okay, so each one used 5 blocks. And why did you make 3 groups?
Because those 3 people.
Very good. And how many books do they donate in all?
15.
Very good. All right, so how could you write it in a multiplication problem like this? So first we write the groups. Times
5 equals 15.
Very good. So 3 groups of 5 makes 15. Awesome. You're getting this. All right, now we're going to go on to our next one. Okay. So now I wanted to check to see, does 3 times 5 and 5 times 3, how are they the same and how are they different? So how could we show 3 times 5?
Okay, so since those, like we did 3 groups.
Okay, so there was 3 groups with 5 in each group.
You just switch them around.
Could you show me how you could do 5 groups of 3?
Okay.
How could that be different?
It's because now you just minus 2 and get 3. And then you have that.
Very good. So now you have 5 groups, but each group only has 3 in it. So let's see, is that going to be the same? So this is why I like using these blocks. We're going to try something cool. Can you stack those on top to see if it's the same or if it's more or less? Can you turn them?
It's the same.
It's the same. So it doesn't matter if you split it up into 5 groups of 3 or 3 groups of 5. It's the same answer. Isn't that cool? So multiplication is like addition. It doesn't matter if you do 1 plus 3 or 3 plus 1. It's the same answer, 4. Multiplication is the same. If it's 3 times 5 or 5 times 3, it's the same answer.
I already would have done that.
You did. Awesome job. Okay. Do you have any questions? Do you want to keep playing with some of these problems or do you think you're ready for the quiz?
I'll do the 3 more problems, then I'll do
3 more? All right. Okay, so let me get you a couple more here. So now, that was problem number 1. Let's do problem number 2. Let's try one that's a little bit trickier.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to try 4 times 7.
Oh, so okay, 4 groups and 7.
Okay, so what I'm challenging you is, can you do 2 different ways? Show me 2 different ways to solve this problem.
Okay. Oh. Okay, there's no 7.
Oh, I might not have the 7 groups. So, if you don't have a 7 group, what could you do?
You can just use a 5 and a 2.
Exactly.
So
4 times 7.
We have 4. And there's 7 on it.
Okay, so how many groups are you going to be making?
7.
You're going to make 7 groups? Okay, so how many is in each group if you're making 7 groups?
4.
Okay, so does this show 4 in each group?
No. I'll just use these.
Okay. Okay.
Seven.
Awesome. I like how you're saying what you're thinking out loud as you're doing it. That's a good trick.
So I was doing
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes saying what we're thinking helps us to figure out the answer. Okay, so if you have 7 groups of 4, how many do you have in all? How could you add that up?
So you could add it up by since you could just since these equal 8, you can just 8, 8, 8, then 4.
Okay.
So it's 3 18s and 1 4. So if it's 3 18s,
3
then
8s.
it's 3 8s.
So you're doing it like this. You're making them into less groups, so you don't have as many to do.
3 8 is 18. It's 18.
Double check. So if I have 8,
it's 28.
28, okay. So write down your answers so you know what it is, and then I'll show you a couple little tricks that we could do here. Okay.
Oh, and I forgot that you could just have these, add up the these, and just put plus 1 more.
Okay, because that would probably be a little easier to count. That's a great strategy to use.
So it's like 2 6 and 1 3, and then you just add 1 more to them,
9s.
and then it's
So this is 9, and that makes 10. That's 9. That makes 10. Now how many do you have left?
Now
Put those in. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. So 10, 20,
28.
And is that the same?
Yes.
It's the same.
And
Okay.
And another way is that you can do it by 7 times 4 equals 28. Because then you'll use 7 2 times. 4.
Yeah. Oh.
Oops.
There you go. It's all right.
And it still equals 28.
Very good. Okay, so how could you easily add this up? Actually, making it into a 5 and a 2 is a really good idea, because then you could put all your 5s together to skip count 5, 10, 15, 20, and then skip count by 2s.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Very good, and it gives you 28, the same answer. Okay, good job. High fives. I like it. Okay, let's try one more.
Okay.
How about we do
A little harder.
And then a little bit harder?
Yes.
Sorry. Let's try, let's see, we did a 3, we did a 4. Let's try a 5 times 6.
Okay. So, we can use, if we did 6 times 5, we would have 6 of these. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then...
What's the second way you could show it?
And the second way is that you have 6 times. And if you just keep it the normal way, you just have to add 1s.
Okay, do you have to take away any of the 5s?
No, because you add it to 6.
So, but you just added the reds. Oh, you're going to take away the blue one? All right.
And there.
Okay, so does it still give you the same answer of 30?
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh,
wait,
25.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Awesome. So they both came out to 30. All right. So it doesn't matter how many or which number you use to make the groups, as long as if this is the groups, that's how many you have in the groups.
On the quiz, can you use these?
Yes, you can use the manipulatives. And if you decide you don't want to use the blocks, what else could you use? Could you draw something?
Yes, so you can make squares, circles, triangles. You can make
or lines. Yeah, any kind of picture to show. And then an easy way to do it sometimes is if you're getting confused about how many groups you should have, you can draw a circle for the groups. So if I know I need to make 5 groups, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I know, okay, now I need to put 6 in each one. That way I don't lose track of what I've got.
Or you could just make circles and put 6 of the little squares in, so you don't have to draw them.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go ahead and try our little quiz. And I'll give you some scratch paper. All right, there's only 10 problems. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Okay, so use your blocks or use your drawings.
Okay.
I'll get you some more blocks that have different numbers. Let's see, what numbers are you using? You need the 1s, 3s, 2s, 4s. Oh, actually, these will be fine. You don't need the bigger numbers.
4, 8, 12, 16.
Good job. Okay, so when it's positioned like this, up and down, you just write it below the line. You can move the paper over.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it.
No, you just write the answer. You don't have to write the equals.
Okay.
Okay, so what's our next one?
3 times 3.
Okay.
1 times 4.
Okay, so what do you see about when you times something by 1? What is the answer?
1 in. And,
so
and it's always this number that it times.
Very good. That's going to be the answer, is that number. So if I give you a 1 times 5, what would the answer be?
5.
5, exactly. All right, keep going.
3.
Yeah. Okay.
4 times 3. So 4 in each group. Oh, I can look at this and then I know that's just 13.
Oh, check again. Wait. You gotta check your work. Okay, so when we're counting by 4s, it's 4,
2 times
8,
4. 8. 1 times 2. 2. 3 times 2. So 2 and 1. Oops. 1 times 1. Like an easy one. 3 times 1. That's 3. No, wait. Oh, wait. That's 3.
Awesome job. High five. 100% there. Okay, so do you have any questions on this? Anything you think was confusing?
I thought thought that was confusing that how usually I didn't know that I thought that it was the other way around, like if you did like 4 times 4, I thought it was 4 like that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like 4. I thought it was 4.
You can do it either way because it's going to be the same answer. So I can either use one group or I can use 4 groups. So which is going to be easier, to make it into 4 groups or to put it into 1 group?
Put it into 1.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to change it, you can just do that.
Yeah, exactly. So you can do it either way, whichever one makes more sense to your brain and makes it easier to get the answer.
To do this side too.
Okay, well for this, that's all we're going to do. So next what I'm going to have you do is you're going to record on your graph how you did today. So we're going to be recording for the first day on Monday, and it says number correct. How many did you get correct? Okay, so can you shade in the blocks?
So I got 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do it.
So you're going to color in this whole thing right here.
I don't have to color. I can.
Yeah, next time we should get a crayon and do that, huh?
I can literally color.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get one.
Okay.
So do I have
Okay,
to do this
so-
tomorrow too?
Well, not in real life, but if we were in school, yes. And so you would record it every day. So you got 10 today. What would your goal be for the next time? How many would you want to try to get correct next time out of the 10? Do you think it would be, if I gave you harder problems, do you think you could still get 10? Yeah?
I'll try.
Okay, so you can put your goal down that you want to get 10. If I made it really hard problems, do you think 10 would be a good goal?
Yeah, because that would be challenging to get 10.
Yeah, it would be challenging. So you could shoot for 10. That could be a good goal.
So goal.
Yeah.
What do I rate
Okay.
10?
So you can write down, my goal is 10 correct. Or you could just write my goal is 10 because we know it is. Very good. Awesome job. Thank you for your help.
Okay.